Coming up on the Angus Report, we discuss the importance of proper synchronization protocol.
Quality grading in beef cattle has made tremendous strides over the past decade, and it's not slowing down anytime soon.
The MaternalPlus program is providing great value to Tehama Angus Ranch on the West Coast.
And the 2019 National Western Stock Show is in full swing. We look back on some highlights from previous years. This is the Angus Report. Welcome to the Angus Report. I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Clint Mefford.
This week, we're talking about synchronization planning. Sandy Johnson, a professor and extension beef specialist at the Kansas State University Northwest Research and Extension Center, explained the importance of proper synchronization planning at the 2018 Applied Reproductive Strategies in Beef Cattle Workshop.
Very important for our timed AI protocols is the interval between when we give prostaglandin, which causes the CL to regress, kind of sets everything in motion, and then when we would do that fixed time insemination. And we've tried to study that interval, and we want you to essentially use the timing interval that we have set up there. Never want to synchronize any more animals so you can breed in a 3 to 4 hour time period, because generally that's the window that we want those inseminated. And we've tried to put our best science into identifying those windows, and so it doesn't mean just sometimes that day to breed those cows. We want you to look at the hours. And what can happen is we decide, well, we want to breed at 7 in the morning, and we use this protocol, and that means that maybe we're giving prostaglandin at 3 in the morning. We think, oh, well, that doesn't look very attractive. And the other thing in terms of success is, we need to think about that application. Right size needle. If it's a sub-Q, give it sub-Q. If it's IM, give it as labeled at the volume, and they need that dose. So it seems like, well, yeah, we know that, but in the busyness of life, things happen.
Johnson also discussed some software products that are available to make the planning process easier for producers.
One of the things we know is that if we don't get the right thing done on the right day with our synchronization protocols, it doesn't work right. And so, right day, right time, right product, let's put it on a calendar. That's what the Estrus Synchronization Planner is designed to do, and we have 3 different versions of that. One is our general version. It's an Excel spreadsheet base. And then we have a version that you can access on a mobile phone. It doesn't have all the robustness of the Excel version, but sometimes very appropriate to get some quick answers. And then our very latest edition is this multi-group that, for some people, they may be breeding 100 heifers every day or several different groups over multiple weeks, and it's nice to get those all on one calendar.
Visit iowabeefcenter.org to learn more about the Estrus Synchronization Planner.
The 2018 Farm Bill was finally signed into law December 20th after months of anticipation and negotiation, just one day before the partial government shutdown. President Donald Trump signed the bill without stricter work requirements for recipients of Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. However, on the same day the bill was signed, the USDA released a rule to make it harder for states to get work requirements for recipients. The new rule states able-bodied adults without dependents are required to work or enroll in job training at least 20 hours per week to receive benefits unless their state or area has a waiver from the USDA. Other changes include listing hemp as an agricultural commodity plant, reauthorizations to Agriculture Risk Coverage, or ARC, and Price Loss Coverage, or PLC, through 2023. Improvements to the dairy safety net, and continued improvements to disaster programs. Visit USDA.gov to learn more about the 2018 Farm Bill.
The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration released an update for livestock and insect haulers. According to the FMCSA website, drivers may continue to run on paper logs and without an electronic logging device or an ELD until further notice. The administration also notes livestock haulers are not required to carry documentation about the exemption. The exemption was included in the 2018 fiscal year budget package. President Donald Trump and congressional leaders could not agree on a spending package, and the federal government was forced into a partial shutdown December 21st. The ELD delay will be in place until Congress moves forward and the Department of Transportation is fully open. The Livestock Marketing Association stated in a news release there may be difficulty getting another ELD delay until this coming September, with the House of Representatives changing control in 2019. Visit lmaweb.com for more information on electronic logging devices.
Chad Barker, the Vice President of Cattle Procurement at National Beef, spoke with us about how continued improvement in quality grading affects future cattle buying decisions.
The grade has improved a lot. I've been with National for 12 years, and we went from grading probably 45 to almost 85% choice now. So it has improved, but it doesn't change our focus. We still look for the high choice, prime, quality, black-hided kind of cattle. And I think we'll see the same kind of improvement the next 4 to 5 years that we've seen the last 5. But after that, we'll be almost to 100% choice, which would be fabulous. But then we'll probably focus on some of the yield grade and soundness and quality kind of cattle that we still look for that can make the haul and convert well and do good for feed yards and for packers. The ranchers and the feedlots have accomplished so much improving the choice. So I feel like prime is our next big opportunity as an industry. Hopefully we can balance it with the supply and grow the demand for it as the supply grows. We've went from maybe 1% to averaging close to 5% prime on a weekly basis. And at those levels, you can start to have guys feature it and expect to get it and hopefully build their business to grow along with the cow-calf and the feedlot guys that are producing it for us.
Barker also discussed the future of the natural business for National Beef.
The natural business has been steady to strong for us. It is part of my responsibility. We procure those cattle every week for the sales group. And we're working on growing the business, and we think the business will grow over the next 3 to 5 years. We're also focused on maximizing the utilization of those carcasses. That's probably been our biggest improvement over the last 2 to 3, maybe 4 years, is for the premiums we pay, we have to utilize most, if not all, of the carcass. The customers that the sales guys deal with every week are looking for high-quality CAB-type cattle. We've always been a value-added kind of company, and those cattle have always worked well for us.
Visit nationalbeef.com to learn more about products and programs that are offered by National Beef. Stay with us. We'll be back with more Angus Report after a break.
Welcome back to the Angus Report. Casey Jentz serves as a regional manager for the association in Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin.
I caught up with Casey to talk about what's been going on in his Midwest region. Casey, talking about the maternal focus in your region this fall, what have you seen in folks enrolling their cattle through MaternalPlus, for example?
We have had an increase in my region in people that have used the MaternalPlus program. It's a great program for those folks who are really focused on gathering whole herd data, reproductive data, and utilizing that into their EPDs and being able to, help gather more records on their cow herds so they can do a better job of whatever their focus is, selecting that and putting selection pressure there. Without having the information, it's really hard to do.
Tell us a little bit about a week in the life of Casey Jentz.
Week in the life of Casey Jentz is usually really variable. Most of my weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all fall, are filled up with Angus sales. And then during the week, I do quite a bit more herd visits, getting around to visit people and help them with any of the programs that Angus has to offer.
And some of those programs, of course, include the enhanced portfolio from Angus Media. What kind of interest have you seen in producers utilizing those services to advertise in the Journal or the Beef Bulletin?
With the redesign of the Beef Bulletin, it's really allowed producers to have a better feel and feel like their ads are doing a better job. We're getting to the people that they need to be getting to, and they're seeing the results with those ads. So we have seen an increase in the advertising activity as well as online advertising as well. Those those different areas that we have online. The more and more people are using computers nowadays, not only just to advertise, but to buy and to sell cattle as well.
Now, speaking of computers, you and I attended a workshop last week hosted in Kansas City about a new technology platform called MateCell. Just give us a high-level overview of what you learned during those couple of days.
You know, a very interesting program. It'll be interesting to see how it fits into not only the Angus business, but the whole beef business as a whole. The program utilized a lot of the data that we have with our association, and really can help our breeders, you know, utilize that data in the best combination that they would like to help create matings that are going to help benefit them to get to the goals that they've set forth. You know, it's fairly complex. They've put a lot of thought into it, and you know, as we move forward, I think you know, there's going to be some challenges with it, but at the same time, I think it creates another tool that we can use in our toolbox to help further our programs.
Well, Casey, it's been a pleasure having you on the Angus Report, and good luck in the upcoming spring sale season.
Thank you.
We check in now on the latest cattle market news with our market update, brought to you by Cattle Facts.
Hello, I'm Patrick Linnell with the Cattle Facts Update. Looking back at the year, 2018 was generally a good year for cattle prices, especially considering the industry was towards the end of an expansion phase in the cattle cycle. Meanwhile, feedstuffs and grains were a mixed bag to the equation. Strong beef demand generally supported fed cattle values in 2018, despite concerns of overwhelming supplies. Prices for fed cattle averaged $117 per hundredweight for the year, about $4 lower than 2017. However, cattle feeding margins were cushioned by a strong basis pattern in the first half of the year. Feeder cattle and calves were easily the bright spot for cattle prices in 2018. Calf prices began the year averaging $20 per hundredweight higher year over year in January through April on strong demand and tight supplies of winter grazing cattle. The year-over-year price improvement was narrower but still evident through most of the summer and the fall calf run, setting the annual average price $8 higher than 2017 at $173 per hundredweight for a 550-pound steer. Similar to calves, feeder cattle saw strong values during the early months of the year and generally held their own through the rest of 2018, averaging $4 per hundredweight higher. Cull cows were the clear laggard in 2018. The larger slaughter cow numbers that come with a larger U.S. cow herd, combined with limited harvest capacity, pressured prices through most of the year. Utility cows averaged nearly $5 lower than 2017 at $59 per hundredweight. Looking back at feedstuffs and grains, hay and wheat prices were both about 14% higher in 2018. Limited planted acres, as well as dry conditions in the late fall and winter, resulted in tighter supplies, especially for hay. Spot corn futures averaged just 9 cents higher for the year, as smaller acres and tighter beginning stocks were mostly offset by record large yields. Meanwhile, trade conflicts with China and the resulting tariffs caused spot soybean futures to average more than 40 cents lower for the year. For the Angus Report and Cattle Facts, I'm Patrick Linnell.
To learn more about Cattle Facts, your leading source for beef industry market information, visit cattlefacts.com.
Next on the Angus Report, we visit with MaternalPlus enrollees.
We'll see how the program provides value to a West Coast operation. Stay with us.
Tehama Angus Ranch has been enrolled in MaternalPlus for years. The Whole Herd Reporting Program helps the ranch maintain its mission to provide top quality bulls to commercial cattlemen with enhanced maternal value and end product merit.
Tehama Angus Ranch is a fourth generation family-run seed stock operation. We've had Angus cattle since 1943. It actually started out as my grandfather's 4-H heifer back in the day. We sell about 125 to 150 bulls annually, mostly across the state of California. Our bulls that we sell, we just try to do a balanced EPD profile as well as structurally sound bulls with added thickness and depth. Calving ease in the state of California is highly sought after, and we like to keep it in a moderate framed package. Tehama Angus Ranch has been enrolled in MaternalPlus for almost 3 years now. I think we need more Angus breeders participating in MaternalPlus. I think that we're leaving a lot of data out there. It's a voluntary whole herd reporting system. We're not going to hide anything. If a cow is open, she leaves, so you might as well report it as that. Might as well report it as she was culled for a certain reason, whether it be teat size or foot shape or whatever you want to cull for production, so we can use that data in the Angus breed and create something out of it. You really can't say anything if you don't measure it or make anything better. So I think MaternalPlus will push the Angus breed back to where it needs to be. So I think it is important. I think we can create more reproductive traits or EPDs and find value in them.
We hope you log into your AAA account or call the American Angus Association to learn more about MaternalPlus. Up next, we look back on previous National Western stock shows in Denver. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the Angus Report. The National Western Stock Show attracts thousands of visitors every January. Let's look at some Denver highlights from previous years.
We're talking to local folks here in Denver about their impressions of the National Western Stock Show. You've been there at a time.
I've been there. It's been years since I have, but yeah, it was really enjoyable seeing all the animals and watching the rodeo and everything. It was a good time.
My granddaughter loves the stock show. She can't wait to go again, put on her boots, put on her hat, see the rodeo, visit the animals, buy things, of course. She just loves it, and we love it too, and just welcome here. We're just so glad to have you here. It means so much to us.
We understand you went last night.
I sure did.
What did you think of it?
It was a great time. Got great seats at the last minute, and it was wonderful. Went to the rodeo at 8 o'clock.
And I grew up in the area outside Denver, and we've gone to the stock show many years. Take our kids now. Really enjoy the chance to go out and experience everything that has to offer.
Yeah, I went almost every year as a kid with my family or friends, all the way up through college.
I haven't been out there. I just moved here 3 years ago, but I've been hearing the whole town buzz about it.
I'm a chef over here at Acme Delicatessen, where we serve the certified Angus beef hamburger.
Boy, that's tremendous news, and we're glad to hear it. Are you going to the stock show this year?
I hope to, for the rodeo.
For the rodeo, yes.
I've seen it on social media, on Facebook, and I've seen it on TV, and I've heard it on the radio a bunch.
Radio, TV, social media, all the above.
Yep, it's always a big deal every time the stock show comes to town. It's always a big time around here.
Are you planning to go out there this year?
I am. I'm actually going to try to head out there later this week.
We are, yep. We take our kids down. We like to, we try to go to some of the rodeo events. We also just like to kind of walk around and see some of the events for kids. Our kids are 12 and 10, and it's really great for them.
Yeah, I think maybe I will, actually. My boyfriend has some tickets, so I think we will.
I hope so. I sure hope so. Go out with my husband, who's hiding over there.
Yes. You have kids and grandkids who go?
Yes, I do. A bunch of them going. We're going right now.
Oh, good.
We're going to the Mexican rodeo today.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we'll let you get on down there. Thank you.
There's no place like it in the world. We're so blessed to have this stock show here.
Good. Well, thank you very much.
Well, my pleasure.
If you're a Denver regular, you know that a boot shiner is one of the most important people to keep your boots looking spiffy. I'm about to go get my boots shined by Joe, a veteran boot shiner with more than 30 years of experience. Larry has been shining shoes at the stock show for years. All of his customers know him as Joe. So Joe, how long have you been here at the stock show shining boots?
I've been here about 30 years.
30 years?
Off and on, yeah, shining boots. I got up at 6:30 this morning, every morning.
Every morning?
Yeah, to be here.
So,
just get my polish and everything together. be ready to do these boots.
So how did you learn this? Who taught you?
Who taught me? An old player. An old player taught me this. Old man taught me this. To clean the boots is sour soap. To clean them wet. And some condition oil. And my brushes, shoe brush.
So do you see some pretty cool boots?
Yeah. See some real interesting boots. Yeah, all different colors.
Do people feel different once they get their boots clean, shined?
Yeah, they feel different. Some of them just feel good because they know they got a dirty boot. A person will know if that shiner know what he's doing. Because if he didn't know what he's doing, your boots will not come out right.
Yeah.
But I know what I'm doing at all times about a boot. You got to use the right polish on them. You got to clean the boot before you put the polish on it to make the boot come out just right. Yeah, and it shine it just like like new money. Every year I'll be right here.
So what keeps you coming back?
I like it. I like shining boots. I feel like I did something great for a pair of boots. Now there you go, lady. Enjoy your shine.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you.
And that'll be $15.
15? Do you have the cash?
You know, Bob, the National Western Stock Show is easily one of my favorite times of the year.
I can certainly see why, and I'm looking forward to a great rest of the week for the Angus breed.
Exactly, it'll be fun.
That's all for this week's Angus Report. We'll return next week at this time for more cattle news and highlights.
In the meantime, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Angus TV, for more from the association. Thanks for joining us.